Today is February the 24th. My name is Leslie Cole. I just got out of the courtroom, and this is going to be very interesting because the lawyers are saying that they can remember everything their witnesses are saying. They're not ordered to get any statements, which I believe that they should, because there's no way you have a photographic memory. You know, you don't have a tape recorder for a memory. So, you know, hopefully the judge will order to get that, but they're, you know, it's just no way possible. So, this is going to be very interesting to me.
Okay, so tell us what happened today in court. First, tell us your name.
Emily Dotson.
Okay, and your name?
My name is Miss White.
All right. So, tell us what happened today.
Well, basically, Murray's side was unprepared with their defense list and their evidence. They don't seem to have any notes from the witnesses. Flanagan even stated that he just has this all in his memory.
A photographic memory.
Yeah. He just remembers everything, every detail from phone calls he's had with different witnesses. But the problem is, the other side has to know what some of these witnesses are saying, and they have no way. The problem is, there's no recorded information for the other side to see what their witnesses are going to be presenting. So they have no way of knowing what the other side is thinking.
Well, for me being down here, coming to the courthouse, this is a ploy to drag out the trial. Actually, make it brass tacks and nuts or whatever you want to say, bolts. What they're doing is not giving over the information that the people are asking for, so that Michael can get a fair trial, so they can find out what actually happened. What they are actually doing is playing games. They're hiding information. They hired a lawyer that used to work on one of the trials that Michael was a part of for the child molestation charges for 2003 and 4 and 5. That's illegal. That man needs to be thrown out of court. And the lawyers are all standing there from the prosecution, the one that's working for the defense, laughing with Mr. Whiteman, and they're laughing and joking, and they're talking about trips that they're taking together on the 3rd and the 4th, and they'll be available for the 3rd, and they'll be here around the 9th, you know. Well, what is really going on? The situation is, everybody's friends, and they don't care what happened to Michael. What happened to Michael to them, it's over. So now they're trying to figure out what are they going to do and how they're going to spend the money. And I'm just being myself. But we, as the people of California, friends, family, people that don't know them, fans, the children, the cousins, the relatives, we all want to know what happened to Michael, what happened to the tapes from the house, what happened to, you know, there are a lot of things that are missing, that are misplaced, that should be in secured place down at the police station that are not. They just given Conrad Murray's lawyers an opportunity to go down to look at evidence they're not supposed to see before the trial. So this thing is getting preposterous, getting out of control. I am going to make a proposal that if you are interested in what's going on, that you come down here and find out what's going on. Don't be a couch potato and look at it on TV, or wait for court TV, or wait for MTV or TMZ to tell you what happened. Get your butt down here and find out what happened for yourself. That's what I did, and that's my opinion.
So do you feel that the defense is trying to play games with the prosecution?
Absolutely, yes. I strongly feel that. Yes, I do.
Okay.
I can't believe it. This is ridiculous.
And expound on that. Why do you feel that?
Because they seem like they're saying they're prepared, but when they're really not. So it's like they're making this out of a joke.
So do you feel that the defense is just trying to stall so that they don't have to give the scrubs to the people? Do you want to be now?
Yeah. It seems like they're playing games for sure.
What do you think? What do you think they're trying to stall?
Well, because they're hoping that Conrad Murray will be able to get his 4 years and walk away with a slap on the wrist. I've had one person tell me in privacy that they hope that he gets life and that this comes out to where he goes into second-degree murder. But once they put him on trial, he'll have to testify against whoever helped him in this thing because there was no way he could do it by himself. You can't be afraid in a situation like this. One person has already lost their lives. This is a conspiracy.
Who's the person who lost it?
Michael Johnson.
And then there was another man who was behind the scenes, a lot of information. Still came up dead. Something after a while. Did you familiar with that?
I'm not familiar with that. But what I do know is that things are not working together where they're supposed to be working together. And I know that everybody has to do their part. Everybody has something to do. Even if it's something small, even if it's only coming down here and supporting, everybody has something to do in order to get things moving and make it right. We have to get this moving. And the way to do it, to get it moving, is everybody to come. You have an opportunity to use your opinion to move it forward, so you have to come down here.
Okay, would you like to say anything in closing?
How about justice for Michael, people? Justice for Michael.
Justice for Michael.
All right. On February 24th again, and really upset because the defense is finagling on trying to get written statements. They're trying to finagle on getting written statements and having to write down the statements that they got from witnesses, or to make sure that they got signatures to know that these witnesses are actually legit to begin with. And this guy saying that he can remember everybody's testimony off the top of the head and just come to court and go, okay, this is what he told me happened. How do we know that what you know is what they actually said? There's no way anybody can know it unless you write it down. That's why it's called evidence. If I just come up, I can come up with something and say somebody said something that doesn't mean anything. I can come into court and say anything I want to say. Anybody can do that. Just because you are an attorney doesn't mean that you can't write stuff down. So that's ridiculous. So what do you want to ask me about?
Okay. So why do you think that they're trying to stall out the defense? Why is the defense trying to stall out the defense?
From the beginning, it's about this conspiracy that's deeper than this. It's about Tommy Mottola, it's blood money. You know what I mean? And it's about the mob. I believe that. And the more I see what the family said about it, and the fact that Tommy Mottola found his music after he died posthumously, and he quote unquote found his music, made that $200 million deal, to after he died, off of the new music, that Michael was trying to use to become independent. I think it's obvious that there was something going on that's beyond Conrad Murray. I think Conrad Murray doesn't even want to come to court because he knows that he's going to eventually have to sell out his other parties. And so he's afraid for his own life because he doesn't want to have these other parties getting mad with him. Because right now he's only getting 4 years because they don't have second-degree murder. But if this keeps going out, the evidence is going to come out and he's going to get exposed for who he really is, and he's going to have to sell somebody out or go to jail for the rest of his life. I know he's not going to want to go to jail for the rest of his life. So I think that's why he's trying to just hide, and they're just basically trying to say, well, we're not going to sign anything, we're not going to write anything down, we're not going to give any evidence. Well, what's the point of a trial? It's ridiculous. I've been there thinking, and then the judge is even asking, like, well, what are you saying? I mean, you got to give them something. Then they want the pictures. They want the pictures from the prosecution. The defense wants the prosecution to give them pictures that are not watermarked, but they don't want to give any evidence written down, of what the people actually said to them. They just want to give. They want to take, but they don't want to give.
Everything from
they want to take, they don't want to give. They want to have videos on us, but they don't want to give anything to them. See, that's manipulation, because you got all the balls in your pocket and you do it the way you want to do it, and that's the way it looks like to me. So it don't look right.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Michael Jackson was murdered, y'all. Conrad murdered him.
Right. And so, what do you think about the fact that right now it's only 4 years is the top that he could get? Well, the top that he could get.
Right. I said he had to go. He has to. You know, he needs to be. Given what he deserves, which was life. Everybody say Jesus is Lord. God bless you. And the defense of snakes.
So what I noticed is that everyone on the defense side seemed to be very, very nervous. When the judge was asking why it was that they were not giving reciprocal discovery.
Oh, here they come, here they come.
Actually, we set it for.
How you think it went today, sir? How do you think it went today?
Mr. Flanagan is the lead lawyer on defense. The other two lawyers work for him. A third lawyer is what they call, he's been put on, he's doing a temporary, he doesn't work for that firm. He's doing a temporary, it's like they're just paying him just for this one trial to come in. He's like going to be an expert witness for Michael Jackson. So, because he's worked on that Michael Jackson's trial, they're saying that it's not going to interfere, but yes it is. He knows Michael's mannerism, he knows when Michael gets up, when Michael lays down, when Michael came into the office, things that shouldn't be known for this trial. And I think they need to throw his butt out of the office. I'm just being myself. They need to throw that little boy out of the office because it's going to go against Michael's trial here because he won't be able to receive a fair trial this time because this guy knows things that he shouldn't be able to do.
Exactly. So, Mr. Flanagan, the defense lawyer, today he looked very, very nervous when he was put on the spot by the judge and asked why it was at this point they had not given any discovery to the prosecution. And the other lawyer, which she referred to as the second lawyer, he was moving in his chair back and forth. He had his hand on his head, but they're posturing. They are trying to thwart the prosecution by not giving them any information.
He got into it with the judge, did he not? Did they have like a little
altercation? The judge, they had a tete-a-tete with the judge because the judge said in this particular hearing, because he tried to say that in things like, you know, blood alcohol levels or whatever, he can just remember everything in his mind. He doesn't have to take anything down. But the judge said, well, in this case, I am going to order that not just your party, but both parties will comply with the 1054, with the 1054, which states that they have to give discovery to one another. So far, the prosecution has already given over all of everything that they have, and that has basically been stipulated except for the pictures that have been given have had watermarks on them because they don't want that information to be given out, you know, in the media and stuff like that. And then they also, the other thing that the defense was upset about, well, not was upset about, but declared was that the defense had not given certain addresses. I mean, the prosecution had not given certain addresses. And the purpose for that was because, of course, this is a high-profile case. They can't give out all the addresses. But in other words, it was very, very evident to everyone who was in there that they are, when I say they, I'm speaking of the prosecution.
The defense.
Okay. When I say they, I'm speaking of the defense. The defense is trying to play games with the prosecution. They're trying to stall so that they do not have to give them any discovery, so that they can surprise the people, which are us. We are the people. So they're trying to surprise us, and that's not nice. So that's basically the upshot of what happened today. On Monday, we will be coming back down here again, and it's already been stated to you. Please come and join us. The time will be 9:15, but you need to get here early, and it's on the 9th floor, and it's in Department 105. So please come down and support Michael's memory and his legacy. And we love you. God loves you. Jesus loves you. And always remember to keep a heart of compassion. And Jesus is Lord. So Liz let you in today. Okay, so what was the other thing that you said that you...
So, you know, they up there, they're peeing in their pants. Basically, the defense is peeing in their pants, you know, being blunt with it. Because, you know, they got, like you said earlier, that guy, the other attorney got into the fight with the judge because he said, well, you assume that what we already gave to the prosecution does not show our witnesses. And you assume that. And the judge was like, well, it doesn't. You know, it doesn't show anything. So they started rocking back and forth. I'm just saying, the stress level was so funny.
Every time the judge says Michael's name, he looks up in the sky like Michael's gonna come down and hit him in the head. That's what he looks like.
Okay.
His name is Michael, and our Michael is Michael.
And his name is
There's two
Pastor.
Michael Pastor, and Michael Joseph Jackson. Peace.
Yeah. And you were saying that what was it that how the defense was putting? I mean, how the defense was putting his foot in his mouth.
Well, everything that he said, he would make one statement and then he'd have to retract it because he'd come back and make another statement that would make the first statement into a lie. So I don't think he understands what he's doing to himself. So he's making himself look like a fool in court. I hope he doesn't do that when the cameras come on March the 24th, because that is actually what's about to happen.
And you were saying that they, the defense, you were telling me earlier why you think that he put his foot in his mouth, in the sense that, what was that you said earlier?
Well, actually, he was telling them that he was talking about the pictures, and that people need to provide clear, unmarked pictures so that they can put their defense together, and then because they want to protect Conrad Murray. Then he turned around, after he said all those things, he turned around and said, well, I have everything in my mind. I have a photographic memory in it. I have given them the phone numbers and the addresses of anyone they need to talk to, and they're free to call them anytime they get ready. And the judge says, well, we can't put your mind on trial. We have to have paperwork in order to follow up on everything that's going on. So this is going to get ugly. This is going to be ugly.